And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that brutal OSC, because we have returned with our final quarterfinals match here to determine who faces off against Jeshi in the semis. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the Canadian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Storm Gaming, going for a 15 hatch opener. It is Bioice. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. Big shout out to Wayne. Of course, he was here earlier competing in ESL Open Cup Europe. We were, of course, casting him earlier in the day, where he had a deep run, but he did meet his end to a Protoss player. Did meet his end, I believe, in the quarterfinals match, or did he make it to the semis? I think he made it to the semifinals. Did make it the furthest that any other Zerg player had gone, but did not quite make it to those finals. Did fall to Cristiano in the end. But Cristiano isn't here. There is no Protoss to stop him here, so we'll see if he can go a little bit further here in the Americas Weekly, as he is going to be going for a hatch, gas pool, standard opener. Standard opener out of Wayne. Meanwhile, Bioice just going for a 15 hatch into a gas into pool. Let's go. Sorry, 15 hatchery into pool into gas even. So yeah, with this we are just getting into our openers here, and yeah, I mean, usually our players are, at least usually Wayne is the aggressor in ZvZ. Usually he's the one kind of dictating the pace of the game. I haven't casted Bioice in a long time. I think the last time I casted Bioice was in the NA qualifiers of DreamHack Atlanta? Maybe? It's been a while. Which would have been October. And even then, I don't think I casted him in ZvZ. I think I casted him in some other matchups instead. I may have casted him against one of our boys, against Dolan, one of our Terran players. You know what? I have the technology. I can check. Okay, last time I casted Bioice was not in October. It was back in, oh my god, back in June. Back in June, it was the Summers qualifier, ESL Masters Summer qualifier. It was Bioice against Cats, and Bioice had his way with Cats. So it's been a hot minute. It's been it's been half a year. It's been half a year, but I'm ready for it. We are going straight into a lair, by the way. Oh my god. No, the drone not quite in position. We do not deny the scouts. Wayne gets into the main base, gets a full scout of everything in the main, does confirm the lair timing, is aware. And I'm curious what we're going to be doing with this lair as well. So far we haven't taken, there we go. I was like, where are the gases? Are we just going straight up 2-base muta? That's what this looks like. 2-base muta out of Bioice. Meanwhile, Wayne can't really punish it too much here. He skipped link speed. Oh. Or had delayed gases. He's going into his own fast lair. Are we crazy enough to go into our own muta production? Lair is done. We're waiting a little bit more for additional gases here for Bioice before we do commit. And we will be going for that Spire, I imagine. Overlord's going to be zoned back. We have the money for it, and there it is. There is the Spire. So 2-base muta out of Bioice. Wayne, his reaction, his response, as he loses one drone back at home, is to go into 2-base play himself. I mean, I say that. He has a 3rd base, but he goes straight into a lair. +1 range is in production, and we're going for a Roach Warren. So I'm curious. The Spire is well underway. I'm curious if Wayne can try to punish this before the Spire finishes. Like, Wayne did get an early scout, that is true, but it's going to take a while for Roach production to really get underway. And we have an Overseer. So Wayne, he actually isn't aware if his opponent is going 2-base Roach or not. So he's not fully aware of the muta play yet. Still has to confirm that. And we'll be confirming with his Overseer scout. We'll be confirming. Overseer diving into the main. Confirming the gases, and we do rotate towards the natural. We get eyes on the Spire. Wayne is fully aware of what's going on. He's aware that the Spire is about to finish, and I think at this point we just have to drone and tech up. Yep, there we go. Hydrogen. At this point, it's too late to punish. We can't really move out before the mutas arrive, so there's no point in trying to overreact and invest these roaches in a push. We're going to be chilling back at home, droning, Hydrogen on the way. Spore Crawlers soon to be on the way as well. Overlords they're all being pulled back, racing back home, trying to get within range of these Spore Crawlers. And Bioice has gained map control. Now, what I like here from Bioice is that he isn't overcommitting. He's making, I believe, 7 mutas, maybe 8 mutas in total. 7 mutas. So 7 mutas in total. This is enough to one-shot workers, enough to hunt down overlords, and to gain map control. Behind this, plus on range and roach speed. We are going into roach production. So Bioice, he's aware, of course, that the mutas are just really to gain momentum, to gain breathing room, and from here we can just drone up and get into roach versus roach. And he's also going to be forcing out hydras. Now, ideally, he forces an overcommitment into hydras. Hydras are less than ideal in roach battles. Roach Ravager is better than Hydra Roach. So that's kind of what Bioice is hoping for. He does slip in between the bases. Queens are lying in wait, and the mutas have to be very careful with how they maneuver. They do get 1, 2 drones. Ooh, 2 workers for a muta. As we dip in between the bases. Heading into the main base, going for another mineral line, and we do get another drone. Not a bad pickup here. Again, very delicate micro out of Bioice. So he dips in between the bases. Gets into the main. Harassing that gas geyser, and as he's harassing, Wayne is going to be pushing. Now, interesting army composition. He's got 9 hydras, 15 roaches. He does have the army supply lead. Oh, but Bioice has the defender's advantage. Both players have plus on range. But where are the Ravagers? Oh, Roach Hydra can fare well against this. We can try to pull this off, but the Roaches are getting on top of the Hydras. The Hydras are so fragile. The Hydra count's being reset. The mutas are racing back home. They get here just in time to clean up. There are a lot of Roaches that we're getting to the mineral line. Drones are going down. We are dealing economic damage. That's what matters most. As the Roaches, they're barely breaking through. They're going to be denying +1, or +2 even. +2 range is denied. And Wayne popping off with this push. Again, hitting before Bioice can really muster up an army. Contaminate. We contaminate the Evo chamber as well. And it looks like Bioice will defend, will force this back. But again, the economy is non-existent. He's still on 44 workers. Still trying to catch up in those upgrades as well. The mutas have potential, don't get us wrong. They do have potential. But Wayne, he's just remaxing, rebuilding. Getting back into this Hydra so he has something to defend against the mutas. Catches an Overlord. Does catch an Overlord. Roach is being forced back. Ooh. Mutas taking a lot of damage there. And it looks like it's just a numbers game at this point. Again, Wayne, he has the better economy. He's been able to build up the larger army as a result. Bioice not able to get into his 3 bases here. Just now saturating his 3rd, but it's too little too late. And Wayne, he's looking to snowball out of control. He does waddle into the 3rd. It goes straight for the hatchery as well. Should be able to get a kill. Does take a bounce to the face, but again, it's the numbers, Poppy. I'm loving that we pull back those Hydras. GG gets called, and Wayne is going to be able to snowball out of control and take game number 1. GG. Again, I love the mature decision as well from Wayne. I love that he was able to just confirm what was going on, confirm the fast lair, confirm the mutas, react responsibly as well, you know, go for his own hydrogen, get his spores up and running, and then he was able to go for a very crisp timing with a handful of hydras, mainly roaches, and it wasn't a push that killed his opponent, but it was a push that did maim him, right? He was able to deny +2, able to cripple the economy, trade with the army as well, and of course, more importantly, force the army to turn back around, force the mutas to turn back around, so Wayne can, you know, take advantage of his own economy as well. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there out of Wayne, but that was merely game 1. And we are still looking to dive into game number 2. as it looks like we have game 2 ready for us. We're going to be loading on in. Game 2 is going to be on Alkione. Vámonos, vámonos. Also, Eselechito. See, milk and cookies in the chats. Chat, are you all behaving? I want to misbehave, but I'm just too nice. What does that mean? Not like this, Papi, not like this. But hello, Milk. Hello. Bad going stuff. I hope your WoW raids are treating you well in your season of discovery. Hope your loot tables are good and your dots land. What do they say? Loktar. Right, here we go, we're getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione, we have the Canadian Zerg player. The blue Zerg representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series, going for a 15 hatch once again. 2 games in a row, it is Bioice. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the red Zerg player, representing Starlight Twinkle. Going for a hatch first, it is Wayne. Go. The TL thread is behind around 6 months. Oh, which TL thread? Oh, you mean, is there a TL thread for the ESL Open Cups? Oh, smurge. Not like this. Oh, unless you mean the Wikipedia page. Yeah, they'll catch up. They'll catch up. But for now, we're settling into this. It's going to be a hatch, I guess. We'll standard opener out of Wayne. Bioice going for a 15 hatchery here. Just a little bit earlier on, I believe, just to get into slightly faster queen production. Getting into his gases as well. So an interesting variation from Bioice. But yeah, big shout out to Milk and Cookies in the chat. For those wondering, Milk is an OG CranKy Duckling from back in the day, from back in 2014. One of our own. Quack, Bobby, quack. We used to cast together. We used to cast Battle of the Americas together, you know, some NA events as well. And then Milk got busy with a real job. He got busy IRL, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, more. It's maybe the better way to put it. Nowadays, he's been playing a lot of WoW. I'm shaking my head, Milk. I'm shaking my head. You were clean for years. You were clean for years. And he came back for Shadowlands, and then he went to Classic, and now we've lost Milk. We've lost him to the worlds of Warcraft. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. But good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Always, always. We have some duct tapes. We have some duct tapes with Milk from way back when. I think the last time we casted together was like 2021 or 2020. It's been a couple of years. In a couple of years. But I'm always happy to cast with you again, Bobby. Always happy. From here, we're getting into our third bases. We do have our Bailey Nest on the way from both Wayne and Bioice. No one is cutting any corners. We're actually getting to a standard game. I'm so used to 2-base play. Like the entire day today with 3 Point and Reaper, and even game 1 between Wayne and Bioice, my brain has been ruined. It's like, oh, it's 2-base Muta, 2-base Roach, 2-base Roach, and more 2-base Muta. But here, finally, a standard ZvZ. I spoke too soon though. That's a fast lair. That is a very fast lair here from abnormally fast. I'm imagining that this is going to be for Mutas again. Yeah, the gases are being taken. So it looks like a fake out essentially, where everything's looking normal. He's going for a third base, Bailey Nest, droning up, getting a massive amount of lings, or an amount of lings to defend. Bailings are on the way, but now we are taking all of our gases. And with this fast lair, this should be for Spire play. Wayne back at home going for a Roach Warren instead, so is getting ready for a Ling Roach push. Ooh, and with this setup, Wayne could punish Spire play 100%. Because Wayne is cutting workers. He's cutting workers here at 33. He's amassing roaches and lings. If Bioice commits to the Spire, he may not be able to make it through this game. Did throw down a Roach Warren though. There it is, yeah, the Spire's on the way. So, Bioice, 2 games in a row, he's going to try and go into mutas. This I do like overall. Like, this, it's kind of like a very cheeky way to get into mutas, but yeah, we cancel. Roaches are pushing out. Wayne is committing, and Bioice has to try to defend. Spine Crawlers are on the way. Roach Warren is delayed because of the Spire, the attempted Spire. And Bioice is in a lot of trouble. Here we go. The push is upon us. We do get a surround on 1 Roach. Not a bad moment here, as this Ravager is gonna be going down. Nice pick up. Spine Crawlers are finishing. At the same time, we have Link slipping into the mineral line. We force a cancel. Bailey's there waddling in. Oh god. They will connect. They shut down the Lings of Bioice. The Roaches, they break into the natural as well. The wall is not a wall. And it looks like Wayne, he has broken his opponent. A much swifter game here in game 2. GG gets called. Wayne punishes the greed of Bioice and takes a series at 2-0. GG. You know, I just want a standard ZvZ. I just, that's all I wanted, Bobby. I didn't get it. Not today. Not today, Bobby. GG, well played. Congratulations to Wayne. Again, Bioice, everything was looking normal, but as we saw, he rushed into a fast lair. He was taking gases. He was trying to go into a fast Spire into muta play. Meanwhile, Wayne didn't know what was happening, but he didn't really care. He was just cutting workers out. I think it was 33 drones, cutting workers, going straight into roaches, straight into lings, pushed out, all in essentially, and yeah, did catch Bioice with his pants down. GG, well played. With that, Wayne advances on to the semifinals, where he has his next opponent ready and waiting. It is going to be a ZVP between Wayne and Jeshi. Let's go. And I would say that these 2 players are much closer in skill. Again, Bioice, I mean, you know, back in the day, he was definitely a very powerful opponent and a strong contender. Nowadays, he's a little bit more, I would say that Bioice is a little bit more part-time. He rocks up for qualifiers, and every now and then he rocks up in these weekly tournaments as well. But Bioice isn't as committed as he once was in years past. So Wayne is able to overcome him. And again, Wayne versus Jeshi, this is going to be a closer one. This is going to be a much closer series, much more difficult to call. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes all the way to the ace match, personally. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. We'll see if we can go the distance.